Hey, this is Marty again. Been a while since I've done a video, so I'm actually on my way back from a fairly long ride. So I'm just going to video a relatively small segment of this one. It is an overcast day today, not getting a whole lot of solar charge. You can see on the display here it's showing -8, which isn't all that much. And I'm down roughly 2/3 as far as my battery charge. Now I do have a spare battery in the trunk, so I may or may not have to change the battery out before we get where we're going. But let me go ahead and clip this thing on my helmet and we'll continue on our way. Somehow, if I can get it. Gotta take my helmet off. Can't do it when my helmet is up here. There we go. Oh, it's giving me a hard time today. There we go. And I'll try to keep my helmet down a bit lower than usual so you can actually see out the windshield rather than just looking at the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clip in the pedals here. Downshift the New Vinci and head out of this area. What we're doing now is going through an office park. It's pretty hilly, so you get to see uphill and downhill operation. Got some good sized potholes here we have to avoid. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't figured it out, I'm in a red Rover right now. GoMango, my orange elf, is currently down with some kind of unspecified drivetrain issue. It may be the freewheel on the electric side that's the problem. Haven't really had a chance to diagnose it yet. Something that just occurred, but this is one reason I have two elves. So if one is down, I still have a way to get around on the other one. Traffic shouldn't be too terribly heavy going through this office park. It's approaching lunchtime, but this is 4-lane all the way, so people have no trouble getting around me. As you can see here, there's some fairly significant potholes along the way that you have to avoid. This is a fun hill to go down, not quite so much fun going back the other way. But shortly after this, got a pretty long downhill sweep. It is spring here. This particular route doesn't have a whole lot of flowering trees, but there are a lot in this part of Alabama, and it's a pretty spectacular way to spend your day. Alright, we're picking up some speed here. Okay, we're just about, okay, 36 miles an hour. Gonna start slowing down a bit. Once I get down to 30, I'll start pedaling and try to maintain this momentum as long as I can. As you can tell, the conditions today are very overcast. Rain is going to start up any time now, so in terms of recharging on the solar, it's pretty anemic. I'm getting a little bit. We'll be taking a ride onto this major roadway here. Looks like we may catch the light. Which is a good thing. Here we're crossing over the Cahaba River. You really can't see it from this vantage point very much. And entering Jefferson County, which is the county where I live. Take a ride at this light up here. There's a fairly major hill coming up. If the battery's gonna poop out, it'll do so climbing this hill. There's a place where I typically pull over to let traffic get around me up ahead here. There we are. Couple more vehicles. Those of you who have watched my videos before know I do pull over fairly frequently to allow traffic to get around me. I don't want upset drivers on my tail if I can avoid it. And this is the beginning of a fairly short but steep hill. Got an assisted living facility on the right here. Figure if I keep riding my elf long enough, it may keep me out of someplace like that. Alright, so I don't know if you can see the meter or not, but once it drops below 39 volts for very long, the battery will shut off. It's running about 40 right now. And didn't quite make the green light. So I'm just going to feed the throttle in very slowly, and I'm going to pull over to the right to allow some traffic to get past me. There we go. .41 volts. I'm just using the throttle very gingerly. It's reading almost nothing on the battery right now, but it'll rebound a bit once I start the downhill here. Breathing a little bit hard after that exertion. Once again, I want to pedal as much as I can to try to keep my momentum going up this hill. Taking a right at the light up ahead. Set the turn signal. Oh, we got the green light. Seem to have timed the lights well today. Shut off the turn signal. Red light ahead, but it'll probably change by the time we get there. Yep, there it goes. By the way, I do have a spare battery with me, so if this battery does poop out, it doesn't take me very long to change it out. When it dies, you'll get to see. As a matter of fact, got a steep uphill coming up, and if I can actually make it to the top without exhausting the battery, I'm going to pull over at a gas station and change out the battery to the fresh one. It's not really all that good for the battery to let it exhaust itself all the way. You can see from my display here, the battery is showing maybe 10% charge left. Once again, I'm using the throttle very gingerly, using just enough to keep my forward momentum going. A rookie mistake when people get the ELF is to either use full throttle or no throttle. I tend to feather it, to use just the amount that I need when I need it to extend my battery range. Now the battery is actually showing empty, although it isn't really. And up ahead here is a quick stop gas station where I'm going to stop and change the battery. Whenever possible, I like to change the battery out in the shade. Because if the sun is actually burning brightly and you try to change it in the bright sun, when you connect the new battery, fully charged battery up, it sometimes blows the fuse in the solar controller, which is kind of a pain to change. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the key off, and I'm going to unlock the battery that's there. I do keep it under lock and key for security purposes. Go ahead and unplug it. Okay. Get the other battery out of the trunk. Put this one in. And I'm just keeping the back window open because it's quite warm today. All right, slide the battery in place, the fresh one. Go ahead and plug it in. Here's my lock. Go ahead and put the lock back on it. And we're done. So you can see battery change out. It's not a big deal. And I'll just put the key back in. Activate the system. Kind of hard to get the key in from this angle. On the newer ones, the key is up front. Okay, so we're showing 53.2 volts, which is nearly a full charge. All my batteries are getting a bit old, so we'll just continue on our way. So nobody's coming. Me making all that noise. And we'll be taking a ride at this next light here. This particular road has got a fairly long downhill sweep. Cancel my turn signal. Need to slide over to the right a little bit. There's a little water meter cover there that gives you a bit of a jolt when you hit it. And I'm going to pull over and let some traffic get past me in this entrance right here. Only one car behind me, so that worked out well. And I won't be using the throttle for a bit here. This is I've videoed this one before a couple of times. It's like 3/4 of a mile of mostly downhill. This is not a really steep downhill, so we're just doing just over 27 miles an hour, just cruising along, barely pedaling. I'm going to slide over into this right passing lane here. This goes for about a quarter of a mile. There is a vehicle coming, but he may or may not catch up with me by the time the lane ends. I just won't pedal. I'll just coast. Yeah, we're down to 23 miles an hour now. He's slowly coming up. As you can see, the lane ends up ahead. And it looks like I'm going to have to hit the brakes to let him get in front of me. I hate doing that, but there we go. Somebody creeping along. They're probably curious about what I was doing. So now we're down to like 19 miles an hour. Oh, he's turning up ahead anyway. I'll make a left turn in about 100 yards here. Got my turn signal going. Alright, this guy's way over, so I got to swing around on the right side of him. There we are. Just cancel my turn signal. Hang a left at this light, or at this stop sign. Looks clear. Cancel out the turn signal. Now if I was riding my other elf that had the elf informer, then the signal would cancel itself out. This one I need to move over a little bit because it's got a pretty significant bump there where they just did some utility work. This is how I get into my subdivision. Cancel my turn signal. And you can see a lot of the flowering trees are really starting to come out now. The town where I live is particularly proud of their dogwoods, and you can see one to the right here, another one on the left. The beginning of my house shortly. I think I can rightfully say we have one of the best dogwoods in the neighborhood. It's fully in bloom right now. Okay, make sure nobody is coming to the left, nobody's coming to the right. We're good. Another right turn coming up. Got a pretty major hole here. I want to avoid that at all costs. And that really full looking dogwood straight ahead is the one I was talking about. It's the one in my yard, doing exceptionally well this year. My house is that purple house off to the right. we made it safely back. Looks like I've gone a total of about 22 miles since I started this morning. There we go. I'm just going to back into place here. And so we made it safely. So, whew, that was a good trip. So I put 1,832 miles on this since I bought it. And I got plenty of juice left. It'll fully recharge even in this low light by the time I need to go this afternoon. So let me go ahead and take the camera off and sign off. Thank you all for watching.